Okay, so we've seen how to do the start of a dashboard for the line plots. Let's do it for some other plots. So we don't have to just show line plots. We can look at correlations using the scatter charts that we've seen. So how would we do this? So if you think about what have we done with our scatter charts, is what we've done previously is we looked at one product against another. So product A against product B, product A against product C. So what we could do is allow the user to select which two products they want to look at and then draw a scatter plot of those two products. So the function, therefore, to create the plot is just needs to be passed the two different products, product X and product Y, that the user is going to select. And so they can be passed in. The data frame is, in fact, I don't modify the data frame. I just put that there so that everything uses this df. So the data, so basically when you look at my code, data always refers to the original raw data that was read in. df is just as a temporary data frame that I'm using for each plot. That's the only reason for doing this. So I take that data frame and I do a scatter plot of product X against product Y, and I adjust the title accordingly. So that's all that scatter plot does. And the controlling code, how do I do the controlling code? Well, this is like the first example where we had the drop down list to select the different segments of the data, but now I just want a drop down list that selects the different products. So which two products does the user want to look at? So my product X and product Y are just going to be are two, in this case, are two drop downs. Okay, so they're two select widgets, and the possible options are the data columns from the data frame, from the original data frame. Then, in order to build the chart, remember this builds a row of objects in the chart. So on the left-hand side is going to be the column with the title, which is just this word correlations plus these two drop downs. So I've got a column showing the title and the two drop downs, and on the right it's the plot, the scatter plot. And then once again, when excuse me, when the user changes things, I want the chart to update, so I have to watch both of these, both of the product X and product Y drop downs. So I put a watch on both of those, and when they change, then I call this function. It calls the function update correlation row, and that gets the values from the two drop downs and creates a chart accordingly. And so that's the picture of what it looks like. Let's actually run that and see it. So although I went through that quite quickly, it's very familiar bits of code in terms of it looks like the first example, but we're now just creating a scatter plot. Okay, if I plot A against itself, then I obviously get a straight line because A is perfectly correlated with itself. But let's plot A against F. Okay, which we know are the high volume ones, and they're quite well correlated. What do we see? H and M were correlated, weren't they? H versus M. There, you'll see quite a tight correlation. So that allows the user to choose the scatter plot that they're interested in. Okay, I'll finish the video there, but then we'll move on to putting a heat map beside that as well.